You're going to record?
Oh, wasn't there another lady before?
Yeah, Tonka.
She said
Oh, yeah,
she'll
Tonka.
come back.
I think she had a
Tonka.
She said,
bad.
I'll come back a little later. Oh, sorry.
Ah,
Oh,
I saw her face and I, for some reason, thought she was somebody else.
Oh yeah, she looked a bit different.
really?
Yeah, and then I realised it was Tonka, and then I forgot it was her again. Oh, dear.
Oh, do you like starting to be like me?
Oh, there are
It's
worse things.
number
Yeah.
7, the supreme revelation of the Father.
No, number
No,
6.
Is it?
six
Yeah,
we're up to.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
section 6,
Paradise.
Paradise
Yeah.
Sons of
oh,
God.
sorry about that. Number 6, the paradise sons of God.
Yes.
Mm.
Wow, paradise sons of God. The lack
Are
of
they on the shores of
the lack
paradise
of,
or inland? Sorry.
it again.
I said, are they on the shores of paradise or a bit inland?
Yeah.
Sorry. Stupid. I'm just quiet now.
Well, we are the sum of things, you know. Uh, the lack of a knowledge of the multiple sons of God is a source of great confusion on Urantia.
Mm.
Yep.
Yes, very true.
Yes, that's true.
Mm.
This is why we have a new Bible for this millennium called Urantia book.
Mm.
And
Because
in this,
when they talk,
yeah,
sorry, when they talk of the sons of God in Course of Miracles, they mean us, don't they?
Son of
But
God
this
is
isn't
not
different here.
you as you know yourself as a human being.
But the higher one,
It's
yes.
the it's the deeper you that you are
Yes.
discovering.
But in here it's different, isn't it? Yeah.
This is
Mm.
this is
Is
a
it?
this is a sons of God of the paradise sons of God.
Right. Okay.
It's like a place a long way away from
Yes.
where we can comprehend. That's why he says a
Mm.
great source of great confusion on Urantia. But this is gonna clarify it. And
Oh, okay, great.
in this ignorance persists and this ignorance persists in the face of such statements as the record of a conclave of these divine personalities. When the sons of God proclaim joy, and all of the morning stars sing together, every millennium of the sector standard time of various orders of the divine sons foregathered for their periodic conclave. What's a conclave?
It's like
Like
a get together of different groups, I think, isn't it? Like
oh,
some type of gathering. Um,
I
oh,
think it's like a conference.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'll look
So,
it up.
the eternal Son is the personal source of the adorable attributes of mercy.
The adorable attributes of mercy.
Oh,
Conclave is a private meeting. A private meeting.
private meeting.
Ah,
Oh, private
The
meeting.
Assembly of Cardinals in the Roman Catholic Church. The Assembly of Cardinals for the election of a pope.
Wow.
Okay.
I
That,
So
reckon
some sort of
they proclaimed joy, and all of the morning stars sang together when the cardinals all got together.
I don't think
they
so.
don't know, they don't know what joy is yet.
I think I'm in a very mischievous mood this
I
morning.
think they're suffering that a disease of seriousness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've caught Kevin's disease off him.
Oh, syphilis.
Oh, Jesus
Making
Christ,
light.
guys, we're recording this.
Uh-huh.
I'll just have a
I
backup.
don't think we ever got that close, Kevin.
Jesus.
But thanks
Yeah.
for the warning.
Eternal
Oh my
Son is
God.
the first.
I can't believe where we got this. Anyway, I'll start again because it's so adorable.
Yeah.
The Eternal Son is the personal source of the adorable attributes of mercy and service, which are so abundantly characterize all orders of descending sons of God as they function through creation.
Throughout.
Right? All the divine nature, if not all the infinity of attributes, the Eternal Son unfailingly transmits to the Paradise Sons who go out from the eternal isle to reveal his divine character to the universe of universes. Wow.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Nice, huh? So beyond human comprehension, yet can be tangible through the emotional intelligence. The original eternal Son of the offspring person of the first
Is the offspring person.
is the offspring person of the first completed and infinite thought of Universal Father. Wow. Completed and infinite thought. Feel that one.
Mm.
Yeah. You got to feel this material. That's the way to get it. The more you're feeling, the more the emotional intelligence will inform you of what it truly means. Every time the Universal Father and the Eternal Son jointly project a new, original, identical, unique, and absolute personal thought, that very instant, this creative idea is perfectly and finally personalized in the being and a personality of a new and original creator Son. This is a cause and effect. There's no time there. It's immediate, but only because of the lack of capacity to personalize or have the experience, feel something. It looks like it takes time in these spheres of time and space. Otherwise, the idea is manifested instantaneously. In spirit nature, divine wisdom, and coordinate creative power, these creator sons are potentially equal with God the Father and God the Son.
Mm.
The creator sons go out from paradise into the universes of the time, and with the cooperation of the controlling and creative agencies of the third source and center, complete the organization of the local universes of progressive evolution. These sons are not attached to, nor are they concerned with, the central and universal controls of matter, mind, and spirit. Hence, they are limited in their creative acts by the pre-existence, priority, and primacy of the first source and the center and his coordinate absolutes. These sons are able to administer only that which is being, which they bring into existence. Oh. Mm.
Oh,
Wow. Beautiful, huh? Absolute administration is inherent in priority of existence and is inseparable from eternity of presence. The Father remains primal in the universes. Much as the created sons are personalized by the Father and the Son, so are the
Magisterial.
magisterial sons, personalized by the Son and the Spirit. These are the sons who, in the experiences of creature incarnation, earn the right to serve as the judges of survival in the creations of time and space.
Oh,
yeah.
Magisterial sons.
mm.
Yeah. Shall I look it
Judges,
up? Shall I look
Judges
it up?
of
magistrate.
survival in the creations of time and space. Can we have a magisterial son down here, please? Really
Yeah.
soon?
Yes, darling, I'm here. What can I do for you? Just kidding. Well, you never know what function you have. You might be the one that you're looking for.
I just keep thinking it's time to get rid of these
What is it?
people. No, it's all
Oh, you
right.
cut out. Oh.
Unworthy souls.
Shall I look up that word magisterial sons?
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
All right.
Where is that dictionary? Um, Here we go. Yeah, look at that. Um, okay. Paradise sons of God, who are children of the eternal Son and the infinite Spirit, and who take part in judicial actions, magisterial
Mhm.
missions, and bestowal missions on the worlds of space. On the worlds of space. That's them. Those that judge us rightly, right?
Sorry.
Those that judge us, like, how would a father judge us? So you my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased, no matter what you do.
Is that true though?
No, I think so.
No matter what we do?
Yeah, because correction when it comes, it's they.
Mm.
I think they.
Well,
It's like when
But
when
that's according, but isn't that Course of Miracles? This seems to be different regarding who survived, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean the survival thing has come up in this, and
Mm.
my understanding of it is
Over
it's
and
to do
over.
with the any who don't survive may be ones who haven't turned towards spirit. And I'm seeing in the world a lot of I'm seeing personalities who are acting repeatedly in brutal and unmerciful ways.
yeah,
And I wonder, isn't there some intervention possible here? I do ask
yeah, but
because
it's always the intervention is within me. Like, how
Yeah.
reflection am I getting? Like whatever reflection I'm
Yeah.
getting, I need to look into that myself first. I need to forgive that because I've created a reality that's based on my limited or my
But aren't
But
you
I
saying,
mean,
Alison,
I don't think it's
you're
just
talking,
I don't think I've created that on my own. I don't know how it's come about.
well, like it says,
Yeah.
in the course, it says it's radical. It just says, hey, this is your world to save, whatever you see in it. Like if you really go radical on the Course of Miracles, that would be, I would take responsibility for everything that's occurring in my reality. And when I did, interestingly enough, a lot of these entities basically no longer reflect themselves.
but I think, aren't you, Alison, referring to people who aren't aware of that? They're just going out and creating havoc and they're not taking any responsibility.
Oh
Aren't
yeah,
you?
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. The tricky bit,
So,
this one, I think.
Yeah.
It's a tricky, I think that's where the levels comes in, like on some
mm.
level, you're right. But ultimately, it's always my forgiveness.
But, but
Well,
forgiveness,
I just look at it because it's very easy for me to um, stand in forgiveness of something that's over on the other side of the world and that is not affecting me directly.
mm.
Uh, but I'm thinking of the people who it is affecting directly and asking for their sake that something be done about this because it's just horrendous. I mean, look at the stuff that's going on in Palestine and in the Ukraine.
But we don't know what's
I
going on
We
spiritually
really don't
in that
know.
case. We don't
You know,
know
when
what's,
you look at the Course of Miracles, it always says, look within your immediate vicinity. Look at your
Yeah.
neighbors. Look
And
at
in fact, interestingly,
physical being, because you know what? You can go on someone else's judgment of what's going on, thinking it's true, and then you think you need to forgive that.
mm,
You know?
actually, interestingly, I'm just seeing. I had a moment this morning of realizing that I'm really afraid of the world.
Yeah,
Like fundamentally, I'm very
yeah,
afraid of the world. And that came up when I read something that said that the world
yeah.
outside us is a reflection of God. And I realized, oh, I'm actually really afraid. Like I had just a momentary recognition of that. So maybe that's where this all is, relevant for me.
mm.
That's probably where I need to look.
Yeah,
Because in my immediate vicinity, my world, there's no war.
yeah,
There isn't there isn't
yeah.
anything going on
Yeah.
like that,
Because you have to
you
see
know?
one thing that you go to internet and you can find anything.
Mm.
You can find
Yeah.
most insane conspiracy theories that are based on a conspiracy
Yeah.
theories of a conspiracy theory. Like it's,
And
Yeah.
I don't watch the news. Yeah. So as
yeah, like
far as
you
I'm
have no
concerned,
idea who wrote what. So it's like you
yeah.
look at a screen and you will find hell. It's just like to say, like, but you're not the victim of the world you see because
Your choices,
exactly it's your
yeah,
choice. Like if you search
if
for
you go
hell,
with
you will
that,
more certainly find it.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
like the energy go out, according to A Course in Miracles, the things go out and look for all that stuff that you're thinking about in your mind and bring it to you. So you've got to choose what you want to like see, actually.
do you close your eyes when you see something uncomfortable because it's not in your own sphere? Like, I mean, to stop it from being like, I don't know. Like, at what point do you say this has nothing to do with me, or I'm just
Whenever
not
you
going to look
like,
at that and be real?
you
Like,
just choose. You just choose to do that.
Yeah, like it says clearly in the
Like it's
course,
not.
like what you
You won't
search
even hear.
for,
Yeah,
what you search for, you will find.
Yeah,
So what are you
I
searching?
don't go.
exactly.
If you start searching for
I don't
God, you
go.
will find God. If
Stuff.
you start searching for
Things
war, you will find
like
war. I mean,
And it
that's
might not seem like you're choosing that, but if you're looking at it, then you're choosing to look at it, actually, even though it doesn't seem like that most of the
those
time.
things pop up in my awareness from time to time. They just pop up on when I'm online doing something, and these things pop up.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I think, well, am I just living in this very
I'd say
what would I
stick to
call it?
the immediate vicinity.
Like,
I'd say stick to the immediate vicinity because you have
Stay in your own
okay,
no
lane.
idea what someone else is see. You actually, when you go into internet, you're looking at everyone else's reality, how they're perceiving the
Yeah.
world, and their own karma drama. Like if
mm-mm.
you had a war here, then you go, okay.
Mm.
But if it's somewhere else,
It's okay to ignore it, to just not go there. It's perfectly all right.
unless it
You're
really
not
triggers
responsible.
you, and then you can start going, well, what feelings
Oh.
does that bring up in you, and what's your relationship to those feelings within yourself? I mean, something unhealed in you is drawing this kind of reality to you.
Mm.
So it also says at the beginning of A Course of Love, pray for all those in need of miracles, and all are in need of miracles. So I
We
guess I
are.
can just do that,
Mm.
just pray for all, and have to be specific because everyone is in
Mm.
need of
Yeah.
miracles.
It's just like that
Mm.
same thing. Like you can see a brother as whole or not.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and what's that saying? Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. I think that's true. Like if, if you're not looking at something, it's not in your mind. It's
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
a
There's
dangerous
something
place
about
to go and
like
try to forgive because this will keep going. Like you're like you're searching for it. Like look what you
Yeah.
click on, and you click on for a desire to have an experience of some kind. So you could keep clicking on political discussions, and then you will have that reality because you've been searching it. Instead, you could go to the
Mhm.
beach and click on that, and
Yeah, I get concerned that I'm being maybe complacent. I'm just closing my eyes because I don't want to see something that's very, very blatantly there
yeah,
going on. So I get concerned that I'm not just pretending,
yeah, it's a tough subject, this
that
one.
something in my awareness is not there.
Yeah.
This relates to that experiment. It's called something to do with Schrodinger's cat. It's something to do with a cat in a box, and you don't know whether it's dead or not until you look in the box. I don't really understand it, but this reminds me of that. It's
Hmm.
something to do with this seeing business is it's crucial, you know? It's a
Yeah.
huge, but we're just so used to like
Yeah.
just thinking everything's out there somewhere, but it's not there until you see it, actually. It's not in your
That's
world
what
until
that
you see it.
that's what that koan is about. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound?
Mm.
Exactly. But
Right.
there's a
Because,
let's just come back to the
yeah,
text, guys, because we can elaborate on this, and
yeah,
like a never-ending
Okay.
Pandora
Well,
box that we can find anything
mm,
we want and go on
mm.
and on.
And we've found the URANTIA book. So, yeah, it's all good.
Let's
Really,
open
the
that
only
one and we'll see what
work
it has
twice
to
a week.
offer.
really the only war that's
Yeah.
going on for me is the war in my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't need any outside
true.
war, but I've got
that's
plenty
it.
Yeah,
going on in
same.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what you do. You avoid
output.
that one in your head by looking somewhere else and think
Uh,
what's
Mm.
happening over
okay.
there.
So next time I see something like they go, where am I in conflict
Yes,
in my mind?
Yes.
exactly. That's
Right.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Because when you forgive, when you truly forgive and this will disappear, right? Remember that? We're living in a slower density. We're in a reality that's dense and slow. And in here, you will find death and suffering. It's just part of this reality. Yeah. What you're remembering now is the part of you that did not slow down and didn't go back on itself. Yeah. This is what these beings remind us of. They just come into our presence. I mean, when the awakening comes, you just go, my God, I was the only one who was dead.
Yeah.
Like it says in the Course of Love, like it says, you know, we think God sees something and then he forgives it. It's like it's unseen. You're like you can't see it from that frequency. You have to be dense and contracted
Yes.
with this
And it's,
body eyes to
yeah.
see what's not there really.
So it's really forgiving our own wrong perception stuff,
Always. Exactly.
you know.
And then when
Yeah.
we forgive it, we remember our true self. And when you see that, you forgive the rest of it all because you really see how you made it all up.
Yeah.
Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. I mean, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. You know,
It says it clearly.
did you notice, Kevin, when you were going to the Jesus story, that towards the end, there was a lot of very similar stuff that's in Course of Miracles? You know, when he starts saying, my time has come, yeah? Do you remember that time when he goes, my time has come? For
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
it was like, wow, he was talking completely differently. And you could be learning from his journey and how he was growing up, but he was keep saying, my time has not come yet. I am not in
Mhm.
my full Monty experience yet.
Oh, Monty.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. As God created me, right?
Yeah, and he had to wait, didn't he? He had to wait. Yeah,
Yes.
for that to happen. Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like when the miracle comes, it's like, oh, particularly not miracle so much as when revelation, because miracle is something we have together. Like when we drop in and we go, oh my God, I love you so much, guys. You know, like when we have that unity, we fall into unity together. That's one thing. But then there is that thing where we have revelation,
Mm.
which is a temporary opening of the whole portal, and you just simply see the kingdom. Even so, for an instant, you can never forget it. And from that place, you so quickly forgive because you already seen the truth. Just like NDE people, you know, they have something that you don't find even in the spiritual circles.
Mm.
You know, when they speak of what they saw, even
Oh,
while they were knocked out,
Mm.
unfortunately, they were not fully in their bodies at that time. But they had this experience. And when they come back, when they actually, you know, they speaking, not many spiritual, not even like so-called enlightened people speak from that place.
Well, they're speaking from a sureness, a knowledge
Absolute
of something
clarity.
that can't be knocked out of them.
It
It's
can't be
there.
knocked out of them. Exactly. That's why they're so authentic in a way, unless they
Yeah.
pre-doctrinated or post-doctrinated. Like I've seen religious groups grabbing some of these guys and convince them that it's all in the Bible and this is, and then use them as a, you know, as the bait to sell, you know, some religious beliefs.
Oh,
ah,
that's horrible.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that. It's
Yep.
disgusting, you know. They
Oh,
just
Seen
twist
that.
them and use them for you know, like somewhere in the course it says that miracle is not to uh, use as a
There's a
theatrical or something.
spectacle.
A
Not
spectacle,
don't
yeah.
use miracles. Spectacle, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Mm.
Mm.
Same as like people are like, oh, I'm in light. Look at me, everyone. You know,
Well,
it's
it's
more like
shining on me.
it's like he said, like Jesus says in the Bible. He even says this. It's like, Don't pray in a corner of the street. Just lock yourself in a cupboard and unite with God in quiet
Mm.
and in deep inner recognition, not to sell it, just to become it. Anyway, let's read on, huh?
Mm.
Between the original mother son and
Oh, hang on, you missed a para.
did I?
You missed a para.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was hoping I could. The father.
Not with me around, Cole.
No. I'm sorry, particularly you two ladies. You have me on, and there's no way I can make a mistake, which is beautiful. Having that kind of backup.
Oh, you've made plenty of mistakes this morning, Cole, but we've just let them go.
Yes.
You constantly add in extra words and take little words out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to confuse the masses, The Father, Son, and Spirit also unite to personalize the versatile
Yeah,
Versatile.
Trinity teacher sons who ranged the grand universe as the supernal teachers of all personalities, human and divine. And there are numerous other orders of paradise sonship that have not been brought to the attention of URANTIA mortals.
Oh, please don't bring any more to our attention. I can't handle anymore.
Trinity teacher's son. Makes me think of Trinity College.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where they got the name from. Trinity teacher's sons.
Between the original mother son and these hosts of paradise sons,
Look about gender confusion.
I know.
no wonder people of URANTIA are majorly confused about everything, including us, of course. Trying to read this. I mean, trying to read the whole Bible, like I know some sincere people who said, like, I really tried. After a while, I was nothing but confused.
I haven't been able to read it properly. It's too. I prefer to read this than the Bible.
Yeah,
for sure. Even though this is really hard.
You can't make sense of the Bible intellectually. It can't work.
No.
You actually have to go into it and go inside and ask, what does this mean?
Yeah.
There was an interesting guy somewhere in Africa doing some ministry, and he said something really interesting that really stuck with me. And he goes, well, go ahead, read Bible, but then give yourself 7 days of not eating anything. And then read the Bible. Like fast from food, and then read the Bible. And if you want to go even deeper, give yourself another 7 days of not eating, and then read the Bible. And
That's
he said,
interesting.
you will awaken a certain perceptions within yourself, like, which I can completely agree with, because I did the 15 days and I didn't read the Bible, but I was reading everything on my whole reality the way I could not see before. Like some perception centers open up in you that you pick up on realities that are so subtle. They are subtle realms that we can't perceive in this kind of half poisoned state of constant overeating.
So food is a way of blocking that off.
Big time. We're not supposed to be eating this much. Why do you think people are so sick?
Yes.
The bodies have no time to eliminate. They have no time to assimilate. They have no time. They basically were that the food is killing us.
Mm.
Here's guys.
Yeah. Where did that perception come from, Cole?
Well, I did the breatharian thing for a while, and it blew my mind really.
But
So
maybe the
I
same
was
is true
speaking
for
about the
reading the
Bible.
Urantia book.
Say it again, honey.
Maybe the same is true for this book. If we
Yeah,
fasted before reading it,
I see things in this that
Probably.
I can't possibly even talk about.
you're
I
cutting
don't know
out.
what's going.
You're
Yeah.
cutting out.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting out, Con.
Let me see if I can get rid of this thing.
I noticed Jesus and the apostles only used to eat once a day often.
Yeah.
Mm.
And do
Actually, my
sermons,
nephew's been
walking.
taking me for walks early in the morning to get sunlight,
Oh, how
and
sweet.
I've only done it 3 times, but he's been studying up on sunlight, and he says that you can actually get most of your energy from sunlight, but the time to get it is in the early morning sun or in the
Mm.
uh,
Yeah,
afternoon sun
yeah.
when you're not
Just
going to
living
get
in
burned.
nature,
But
living in
but
nature.
the light, yeah, sunlight is actually properly balanced. Like we're attuned to the sunlight as it is.
Yeah,
But with all the screens and stuff that we look at, we're getting too much blue light. Even with the lights that we have, we're getting too much blue light, and it's actually damaging us.
totally.
But he's saying you
Not in
can
our
eat a lot
natural
less. So if
state.
you're getting
I
enough
mean,
sunlight,
do you remember times when there's no electricity and you go to sleep at 7 or 8? You ever had that? Like
yeah,
5 days of no electricity, and next minute, like you sleep better. There's quietness
yeah,
everywhere. It's like we are living in very unnatural world, and in that we become quite blind, I think.
Mm.
yeah.
Anyway,
But
let's go.
I found it interesting because he said you can get most of your energy from the sun. You don't need to eat very much at all.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe that's why people in third world countries with no electricity are happier. Not much food
Yeah.
and
Maybe.
not much electricity.
Yeah,
And it's changing now.
yeah.
Everyone's got a screen.
Yeah. Maybe all this sunblock is making people fat, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be
Let's go
funny,
back to the
wouldn't it?
text, guys, because before we travel in these areas of
Anyway, let's yeah.
additional, you know, the poisons of the
Ah.
world. Between the original mother suns and these hosts of paradise suns scattered through all creation, there is a direct and exclusive channel of communication. Woo! A channel whose function is inherent in the quality of spiritual kinship, which unites them,
Kinship.
kinship that unites them in bonds of near absolute spiritual association. Da, da, da.
Mm.
This relationship circle is entirely different from the universe circuit
This
of,
inter-sunship circuit.
thank you. This intersunship circuit is entirely different from the universal circuit of spirit gravity, which also centers in the person of the second source and center. All sons of God who take origin in the persons of the paradise deities are in direct and constant communication with the eternal mother sun.
Mm.
Ah. And such communication is instantaneous, it is independent of time, though sometimes conditioned by space.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The
Is
eternal sun
is the eternal mother sun and the eternal sun the same thing, or are they? Is it like?
is this, I don't know this.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd say maybe there's a difference because it's very specific, isn't it,
yeah.
with everything? So
Mm.
probably, yeah.
The eternal Son not only has at all times perfect knowledge concerning the status, thoughts, and manifold activities of all orders of paradise sonship, but he also has a perfection of knowledge of all times regarding everything of spiritual value which exists in the hearts of all creatures in the primary central creation of eternity and in the secondary times creations of the coordinate creator sons. Yeah. Nice, huh?
Mm.
Okay. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Hopefully on some level.
I tell you, it comes, guys. It's just like when you least expect it, it just dawns on you. You might be doing dishes and you go like, oh, it's in the not trying that it kind of dawns on you.
Mm.
And then it dawns on you again, and then it dawns on you again. It's never ending awakening.
Mm.
Who would like to go next? The supreme revelation of the Father. Let's
I'll read.
go for
Okay.
it. See how long you can last.
The supreme revelation of the Father. Oh dear, it's the
Yeah.
eternal Son again. Ah, the eternal Son is a complete, exclusive, universal, and final revelation of the spirit and the personality of the universal Father.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
All knowledge of and information concerning the Father must come from the eternal Son and his paradise sons. The eternal Son is from eternity and is holy and without spiritual qualification, one with the Father.
Wow. Without spiritual qualification. I love that. It's
In
inherent.
divine personality, yeah. In divine personality, they are coordinate. In spiritual nature, they are equal. In divinity, they are identical.
Beautiful.
The character of God could not possibly be intrinsically improved upon in the person of the Son. For the Divine Father is infinitely perfect, but that character and personality are amplified by divestment of the non-personal and non-spiritual. Divestment means removal, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. That character and personality are amplified by divestment of the non-personal and non-spiritual for revelation to creature beings. The first source and center is much more than a personality, but all of the spirit qualities of the Father personality of the first source and center are spiritually present in the absolute personality of the eternal Son. The primal son and his sons are engaged in making a universal revelation of the spiritual and personal nature of the Father to all creation. In the central universe, the super universes, the local universes, or on the inhabited planets, it is a paradise son who reveals the universal Father to men and angels.
Mm.
The eternal Son and his sons reveal the avenue of creature approach to the universal Father. And even we of high origin understand the Father much more fully as we study the revelation of his character and personality in the eternal Son and in the sons of the eternal Son. The Father comes down to you as a personality only through the divine sons of the eternal Son. And you attain the Father by this same living way. You ascend to the Father by the guidance of this group of divine sons. And this remains true, notwithstanding that your very personality is a direct bestowal of the universal Father. In all these widespread activities of the far-flung spiritual administration of the eternal Son, do not forget that the Son is a person just as truly and actually as the Father is a person. Indeed, to beings of the one-time human order, the eternal Son will be more easy to approach than the universal Father.
Mhm.
Mm.
In the progress of the pilgrims of time through the circuits of Havona, you will be competent to attain the Son long before you are prepared to discern the Father. More of the character and merciful nature of the eternal Son of Mercy you should comprehend as you meditate on the revelation of these divine attributes, which was made in loving service by your own Creator Son, one-time Son of Man on earth, now the exalted sovereign of your local universe, the Son of Man and the Son of God.
Yeah, that Jesus indicted by the divine.
Indicted by a divine counselor assigned to formulate this statement, depicting the eternal Son of Paradise.
Beautiful. 777. Excellent.
I
Ooh,
just want to go back to that sentence where it says, the Divine Father is infinite perfect,
Give
but
us
that
a
character and person.
paragraph. Give us the para.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, fifth from the bottom. My book paras aren't numbered.
Oh, I see.
It starts off with the character of God could not possibly be intrinsically improved upon in the person of the Son. For the
Yeah.
Divine Father is infinitely perfect, but that character and personality are amplified by divestment of the non-personal and non-spiritual for revelation to creature beings. So he's amplified by giving away the non-personal, non-spiritual. I don't know. I don't know if
divestment
it's that.
is
I don't.
isn't divestment to like get rid of, to lay aside,
Yeah,
to put
yeah,
aside.
yeah. I don't understand it, but it's sort of I don't know. It's got my attention.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it says somewhere, who've seen the Son will have seen the Father. And it's like
Right.
when you resign as your own teacher and fully give up any attempt to reach anything, this Son reveals itself to you, and in that is a recognition of the Father, but in a kind of scope that you can handle.
Yes. Well, I've seen neither. I think I've heard something, but I haven't seen.
And people, when people say they resigned as their own teacher, I say, well, have you met Jesus?
Yeah.
Because when you resign, he's right there. But it has to be 100%.
Right.
It can't be 99.9. Like
Yes.
I resigned 9.96 or something. And until it was, you can't even resign. Like you don't know how to resign, right?
Mm.
Otherwise you would.
Mm.
You don't know how to resign. Even that is it. That's a grace. Like that's the grace of God. Like at some point, yeah, it's a given thing. It's not something you can figure out by practicing something.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's just given.
It's totally
And
given.
I don't, yeah, I believe you need to be ready. Think, I think if Jesus appeared before me now, I'd probably die of fright. You know,
But
Really?
it's
I
also
don't know. I
it's
don't
also that,
know how I cope with that. Yeah.
like I'm saying, that's why I keep going on and on about this emotional intelligence. Because when that
Yeah.
happens, the intensity of your feeling body and every emotion you've ever denied and suppressed is suddenly so magnified that if you have not embraced yourself yet, that will
Mm.
be very hard to handle. And plus,
Yeah.
you will be on a constant release of, there was like, when that love comes in, it like as if pushes out everything you held or judged. That's why the forgiveness
Mm.
is necessary first.
Mm.
And then, yeah, and then you in this experience, and you go like you see heaven, you experience heaven, and at the same time you're experiencing all these crazy feelings that are arising, but you no longer judge them and you no longer suppress them, because if you do, you will stop the flow, and then you have a feeling that you lost this connection of this revelation.
Mm.
Yeah. That's why it's so important to make best friends with your feelings. And now you
Mm.
hear the Course of Love backs it up like crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, darling.
Mm.
Wow, that was amazing. Amazing tech. Now we go into paper 8. We're going to go into infinite spirit.
Oh dear. And it starts off back in eternity.
Yeah,
Maybe that equates to once upon a time. I don't know.
yeah, back in eternity.
Back in eternity. I love it.
Everything was perfect. There crept a tiny made idea upon which the Son of God remembered not to laugh. Remember that
Every
one?
time I hear that phrase, every time I hear that phrase,
Which one?
tiny mad idea,
Yeah.
tiny mad idea, I just want to scream. Like,
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Well, because that that
I
that
hate
is
it.
that which you want to scream is a tiny mad idea, you see?
I just, I just don't want a
Wow.
bar of it.
But
I don't
it's
like the second
you
half
just
of
got
that
to
part.
see you got to see one thing. People think that that was what happened, and now we're the victim of that. We're not. We are having these tiny made ideas on and on and on until we realize that every single thought that does not create love is just a tiny made idea that delays you from having the experience of perfect love that you are.
I get that part, but
Which part you don't
that
get?
we come that somehow I don't know, I just equate tiny mad idea with something that shouldn't have happened or was wrong. And
It wasn't
I
wrong.
can't
It's
go
just
for
a
that.
tiny bit idea crept in, and you, when it
Yeah,
does, you remember to you forget to be joyous. You forget. You remember
yeah,
to be. You remember to be depressed.
yes.
You're depressing creation. You're depressing love in you. You have to
Mm.
depress the love in you in order to have this separate little thinking mind that goes on and makes up this whole madness.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. It's just something about that phrase. I don't know what it
Yeah, I
is.
know.
Anyway, I'll get over it. I'll get over it at some point.
Well, it's also the way it's been used.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Shall we dive in on the paper eight a little bit? We still have. Are you up to it, or how is everyone?
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Okay, so who's reading?
You.
Me. Okay. Paper 8, The Infinite Spirit. Back in eternity, back
Everything was perfect. You have a tiny made idea,
in eternity,
kind of a son of God, upon which he
back
remembered.
in eternity, yeah, back in eternity, there was no fucking tiny mad idea.
Exactly.
Anyway, back
Oh,
in
that's really good.
eternity, uh, when the universal Father's first infinite and absolute thought finds in the eternal Son such a perfect and adequate word for its divine expression,
Mm.
there ensues the supreme desire of both the thought God and the word God for a universal and yeah, infinite agent of mutual expression and combined action.
Love it.
Oh my Lord, that's amazing. In
Beautiful.
the dawn of eternity, in the dawn of eternity. Oh, it's another one.
Yes.
Oh, in the dawn of eternity, both the Father and the Son become infinitely cognizant of their mutual interdependence,
Yeah.
their eternal and absolute oneness,
Mm.
and therefore do they enter into an infinite and everlasting covenant of divine partnership. Oh,
It's all in the present tense.
Yeah.
mm,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's in the dawn of eternity and then it goes become. It's not
Yeah.
became. Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
Yeah.
eternity dawns on you.
Mm, the dawn of
Like,
eternity.
try this one. Could you allow yourself to feel eternity? Say yes.
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 See, your will immediately begins
Oh,
to create that for you. It's not like one day,
oh,
it's now. That's
no.
what will is for.
Yes.
Will is to instantly create the idea, the perfect thought of God, which is who, in some way, it's you.
Mm,
Yeah. thinking a perfect thought and you allowing the will to create it for you in this instant, so it's fresh. That's why it
Mm.
makes you laugh until the
Mm.
tiny made idea creeps in.
Ah. I'm going to kill you, Carl.
Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Can you allow yourself to feel timeless? Say yes.
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 Yeah. Can you allow
Yeah.
it more? Yeah. Puts a smile on your face, you know? Now you will be more cautious, you were thinking about it. But if you don't think about it, you allow the will to create it for you now.
It makes me feel like, oh, there's just no rush.
Exactly.
There's no rush. Oh, gee, sorry, there's a big loud noise from upstairs. Something fell onto the, and now he's going, maybe you dropped something on his toe.
Oh,
I don't know
somebody
what
needs
it's
to move
funny.
them.
Oh dear. I'll try and read again.
All right.
We are now face to face
Did
with
you do
the
that?
eternity. Sorry?
This
I
new
thought you
thing.
I thought up to this never-ending compact.
Oh, sorry. This never-ending
Yep.
compact is made for the execution of their united concepts throughout all of the circle of eternity. Oh, circle of eternity. And ever since this eternity event,
It's a book of revelations. I mean, you know.
oh my God, I don't know why that cracked me up. Ah, eternity event. The Father and the Son continue in this divine union.
That's it.
We are now face to face with the eternity origin of the infinite spirit, the third person of deity.
Yeah. What did he say? We are now face to face. Who? We.
Yeah,
We are now face to
yeah,
face. Face to face. What does that mean? We are facing it. When you allow it,
yes.
it's right there. It's constantly looking at you. We're just looking somewhere else. We're looking at the world and watching the news instead of looking face to face
Mm.
to eternity without any tiny made ideas creeping in.
Ah, the very instant that God the Father and God the Son conjointly conceive an identical and infinite action,
Yeah.
execution of an absolute thought plan, that very moment the infinite spirit springs full-fledgedly into existence.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, full-fledgedly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Already got all his feathers.
Say it again.
He's already got all his feathers. That's what full-fledgedly is.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cute.
Oh, I have to tell you, that reminds me, speaking of feathers, I have to tell you, the other day I went down for a walk on the beach and I walked onto the beach and right in front of me was six black swans floating on the ocean, like swimming out to sea.
Wow.
It's like, what the? I've
Yeah.
never seen that before. It was so amazing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it sort of throws you off your normal
Yes,
circuit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
I
did.
saw hundreds of them out on the ocean one day in New Zealand here. I went, what
Oh,
are they? They're not meant to be there.
yeah. It was just, yeah, it was good. Anyway,
Back to the important things.
yeah. In thus reciting the order of the origin of the deities, I do so merely to enable you to think of their relationship.
Wow, that's amazing, huh? I do so merely, huh?
Mm.
Mm.
Oh,
And so that person talking is the divine counselor of Uversa. Yeah. Okay. In reality, they are all three existent from eternity. They are existential.
oh.
Oh, they
Mhm.
are without beginning or ending of days. They are coordinate, supreme, ultimate, absolute, and infinite.
Yeah.
They are and always have been and ever shall be. Oh, and they are three distinctly individualized but eternally associated persons: God the Father, God the Son, and God the Spirit.
This is interesting. God of action.
Shall I keep reading, or would someone else like to read?
You keep going.
Okay. One, the God of action. In the eternity of the past, here we go. Back in
They're
eternity,
saying
the dawn of
saying that
eternity.
so we can understand. It's
Yeah,
to
what
give
is back
us
in
some
eternity?
understanding from our time-based
Yeah.
Yeah.
viewpoint.
In the eternity of the past, upon the personalization of the infinite spirit, the divine personality cycle becomes perfect and complete. Just a silly image of a perfect bicycle. Oh my God. The God of
We have inspired thoughts. See, this is inspiring thought patterns.
oh, the God of action is existent, and the vast stage of space is set for the stupendous drama of creation. Oh my God. The universal adventure, the divine panorama of the eternal ages. Oh my God.
What an expression, stupendous drama of creation.
Oh, too much.
Like opera in the dark.
The first act of the infinite spirit is the inspection and recognition of his divine parents,
Wow.
the father, and the mother, son.
I told you guys this book makes you go happy for no good reason.
Oh,
You remember
oh,
eternity, you know?
wow. He, the spirit, unqualifiedly identifies both of them. He is fully cognizant of their separate personalities and infinite attributes, as well as of their combined nature and united function. Next, voluntarily, with transcendent willingness, and inspiring spontaneity, the third person of deity notwithstanding his equality with the first and second persons, pledges eternal loyalty to God the Father and acknowledges everlasting dependence upon God the Son. Oh. Inherent in the nature of this transaction and in mutual recognition of the personality independence of each and the executive union of all three, the cycle of eternity is established.
Wow.
The bicycle of eternity.
Oh, jeez.
It's the tricycle.
Tricycle, yes, a tricycle. I love it.
A holy trike.
Holy trike. Oh my God.
Oh, can't you see it in the heavens? There's the holy trike.
Reminds me of an incident when I was little. My sister had a trike. Yeah, a three-wheel thing. And I was standing on the footpath and she came down the hill. I don't know why I didn't jump out of the way. She ran me down and then ran over the top of me with a tricycle.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
We had
Oh,
to
dear.
read URANTIA book just to remember that, see?
Yeah.
I think I'm
I was
making
run
it
over.
out of it now.
I was run over by that.
Oh,
Everything's funny.
Isn't it?
yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. The Paradise Trinity is existent. The stage of universal space is set when the manifold and never-ending panorama of the creative unfolding of the purpose of the Universal Father through the personality of the Eternal Son and by the execution of the God of action, the executive agency for the reality performances of the Father-Son Creator partnership. Oh, the reality performance.
Ah,
Oh, my Lord.
My Lord, indeed. You guys
I
kept
love the
reading any
language.
further? I'm so cooked.
Yeah, it's pretty full on, isn't it?
I think we're going on overrun.
We have to read at least one more sentence. Can I read it?
Please do.
Yes. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
God
yeah.
of action functions, and the dead vaults of space are astir.
Hmm.
I love that
Oh,
sentence.
God. Yeah. It's just amazing language, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
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 Oh, we've got to read the next
Go.
paragraph.
Yeah, go for
Do you
it.
want to
Okay, go.
carry on, Tim?
Oh, you go, Alison, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
The God of action functions, and the dead vaults of space are astir. 1 billion perfect spheres flash into existence.
Mm.
Prior to this hypothetical eternity moment, the space energies inherent in paradise are existent and potentially operative, but they have no actuality of being. Neither can physical gravity be measured except by the reaction of material realities to its incessant pull.
Yeah.
Oh,
There is no material universe at this assumed eternally distant moment. But the very instant that 1 billion worlds materialize,
Wow.
there is in evidence gravity sufficient and adequate to hold them in the everlasting grasp of paradise.
My God, I mean, how creamy is that?
Yeah.
It's beyond creamy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's beyond creamy, exactly.
Oh,
It's funny.
Oh.
That's that's beautiful, isn't it? 1 billion
yeah.
perfect years flashed into existence. Pow!
Yeah. This prior to this hypothetical eternity moment. I mean, come on. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't think we can possibly comprehend.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you start to get a little idea that it's just a little bit, there is more to it than you ever thought. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
That's a
There
beautiful,
was a movie.
this
There
revelation.
was
I mean, it is a
yeah.
revelation of, in a way, it's so tangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a movie made of this man. I don't know if it was in the 50s or when he did it, but this man used to go around Sydney everywhere writing with chalk in this copper plate script the word eternity
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's
all
right.
over the place. Yeah, I don't know how long he did it for, but or when exactly, but yeah, eternity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where everything was
It's like
perfect.
When
the
I was a
whole,
kid, I used to think that maybe the planet Earth was just a speck inside the cell of inside an eye of a giant being.
I think that's right. Uh,
I mean that,
that's
but this
how,
is more. This is more like that's more like the reality than what we think of it, like as human beings,
yes,
in terms of the vastness of everything.
yeah. According to Swedenborg, he says the whole, yeah, universe is actually in the shape of a man. Yeah, it's made up.
Hmm.
Like, we're like the cells of that man, cosmic man or something. I don't
Projecting.
know. Sounds like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Wonderful, darlings.
it'll be exciting to keep reading on Thursday then. Yeah,
Yeah. See you Thursday, guys, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
I've got this crop swap thing on Sundays, on once a month on Sundays. Today's the day, and it coincides with our group. And I looked at it and I went, "Are you kidding? I'm not missing my group for anything."
Oh, nice.
what is it? Sorry, what did you say it was, Alison?
It's a crop swap at the community gardens. You take
Oh,
along whatever produce you've got. And I've always
yeah.
quite enjoyed going to it, but there's
Yes.
no competition for me with this group.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, that's right, isn't it?
definitely.
Anyway, yes, I'll see you Thursday.
Mm,
All right, darlings. That was
If
lovely.
not,
Thank you so much for sharing.
yeah,
yeah,
And
yeah, thanks
yeah,
everyone.
shall
See you
rejoice.
Thursday.
Thanks,
yeah.
everyone.
See
Bye.
ya.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao.
See everyone.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
See you
Bye.
all. Bye.
Bye, everyone.